Hello, it's 3:03 p.m. on April the 27th of 2022. And have you had, let me see my topic, have you experienced this lately? That's the topic. And you may say, well, what are you talking about, Gina? Have you experienced, well, I don't know how to put this, you all. I really don't. You think you know someone, you really do. You think you know someone, and maybe perhaps you've known this person all your life. Okay, maybe. And maybe you've known them for a few years. Okay, maybe. And have you noticed that? But even in the very back of your mind, just in the very back corner of your mind, there's something that always bothers you, okay, or has recently started bothering you. Have you experienced that? You think you know someone, you really do, and you want to believe the absolute best because really they've given you no reason that you know of not to believe you know the best. But have you experienced lately from people that you've known a very long time that you're seeing a side of them that you really don't want to see? You don't want to believe it, even though you're seeing it. And you've thought it in the very back of your mind, but you just shoved it way back there in the corner of your mind. And what you're seeing is confusing. It's confusing to you. That's what I'm asking. And I'm going to come over here because I'm not looking at this. Hello, everyone. Let me put this on here. I want to hit this chat. I want to do a live chat for you all. Oh, Catherine, honey, I'm sorry. Yes, free thinkers. Okay, you all. So let me see if I can put this. Oops, I'm trying to figure this out, you all. How am I going to do this, Gina? If I push the button, let me see if I push it to me. Can you see me? Oh, Kelly, honey. That doesn't sound too pleasant. It doesn't. Um, yeah, and even me just reading comments like that, it's kind of wow. What did you just miss? You just got in. I said, have you experienced this lately? You've known people, perhaps the majority of your life. Okay, perhaps. Oh, hello in Australia. Hello, everyone. And you see a side of them that is coming out. Although in the very back corner of your mind, you have thought maybe you see this certain thing about this person, but you've shoved it in the very back of your mind for years and years and years. And then one day it comes to the forefront and you don't like what you're seeing. Okay, you don't like what you're seeing at all because it's disappointing and it shatters your reality, even though you don't want to think about that other side. You try to block it out. You try to have the best relationship as possible. Okay, the best relationship as possible. You try your best to keep the peace. Is yeah. Oh, it's a big mess. Yeah. You try your best to keep the peace. So okay, I can see myself on here, you all. I'm trying to see, can I see myself and the comments? So you're trying your best to keep the peace, but you're seeing a side of someone that you don't really like to see because you really do think a lot of this person, and you don't want to think the worst of them. You don't want to let this thing like interfere with your relationship that you have. You don't. But if I look at the comments, I get distracted. I really do. Yeah, I get myself distracted because I'm sitting over here looking at them. You don't want to think the worst. You don't, and you want to be on good standing with people. You do, and that's natural to want to be on good standing with people. Have good working relationships, good personal relationships, good family relationships, whatever it may be. This just popped in my mind. It really did. But you think you may know people, but then there's this side of them uh, that pops out. It pops out every now and then. It does, even though you have seen it before, but you shoved it way back here in the back of your mind, in the corner of your mind, and you shut the door because you don't like that part. You don't. And granted, I'm sure we all have parts like that of us that, you know, it can come to the surface. Okay, it can, but it does not make up the majority of our being. Okay, it doesn't. It might be maybe a 2% or a 5%, but it's still there. Okay, and it's like it comes out at times. Okay, it does. And so what do you do in situations like that? Do you take that little bit that comes out that you've seen before, you didn't like it, so you shoved it in the corner of your mind, and then it comes back out, but then it's becoming, it could even be becoming more predominant. I don't know who this is for, I don't. It just popped in my mind. It's becoming more predominant. Do you throw away years of that relationship that you had because of that? Or do you just overlook it and say, well, and then just shove it in the back of your mind again? Say, no, it's okay, it's all right. And sometimes it may not be all right, okay, because it may be becoming more prominent. It may be becoming a more prominent part of who they are. And maybe you have been told, well, that's how I am. You knew how I was. That's how I've been. I just didn't say it. Now, see, I could say that about me. I could say, I'm a very calm, peaceful, loving, down to earth person. But I do have another side to me. Okay, I'm a very serious person. Okay, and I don't want to be a doormat. I don't want somebody walking all over me. I don't want somebody deceiving me. I don't want somebody taking advantage of me. And I found my voice. Okay, and I will speak up. Okay, and I won't put up with it. Okay, that's the boldness part of me. Okay, it is. And am I bold all the time when, even like when I come on here, or am I bold when I speak to people all the time? No, because that's just a part of my personality. That's a part that comes to the surface when I experience situations like that come in my life. And I think I can be silent and not say nothing, or I can speak up. Okay, because when sometimes, listen, sometimes people don't know. Okay, they don't know. Let me just say, some people don't know that what they're doing or how they're behaving bothers you unless you speak up. Okay, they don't. And there's a right and a wrong way. Okay, you may say, well, no, there's no right and wrong way with this person because they don't listen, and the only way they listen is if I get up in their face and tell them. Well, that could be true. That really is true for some people who are rough all around the edges. They're like a diamond in the rough, but they're really rough. But they got a soft spot, and that's the only way you get their attention. But for others, it's a very delicate situation that you find yourself in. It really is, when you have to sit there thinking, it's making me uncomfortable. Okay, it makes me, you're thinking in the back of your mind, man, this is making me uncomfortable, seeing this part of them, seeing this side of them, and I don't really like it. But I don't know what to do because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. See, that's the other part. You don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings, so you be silent. And being silent, while you're being silent, then your feelings are getting hurt because you're being silent and you don't speak up because you don't want to hurt their feelings, or you don't have the nerve, or you don't have the boldness. Sometimes you've got to get the nerve. You've got to find your voice. You've got to speak up because there are instances the other individual may not even know what they're doing. And if they did know, they probably would not do that. They'd be more careful, more considerate of you. Okay, they would. Let me see the comment now. I'm going to flip over here and look if I can see it. Yeah, we do have to decide. Yeah, you've got to You got to set boundaries. It's important. When I was younger, I didn't set boundaries. Okay, I didn't. I didn't set boundaries. And my feelings would get hurt. They would. And, but you know what? I remember, I remember when I was young, I had a neighbor behind me. She'd always want me to babysit. She wouldn't get home until, I don't know, around 1 in the morning. And she'd only pay me like a dollar an hour. And I remember one time I was watching her two children when I was a teenager. I watched them. Oh, how long was it? I think around let's see, 6 to like 1 in the morning, and she only gave me $5, and I was too scared to speak up. Hello, Applebrooks. I was scared to speak up, and my mother told me, she goes, "You better start speaking up, or somebody's going to walk all over you." She goes, "You worked for that money, so you can speak up and tell her, you only pay me $5 for watching your children all through the night." And she got home later than she said, but it was hard for me. It was so hard for me, it really was. And it may be hard for you to speak up. It really might be. Walk away. Judy Bassett, that's been me the majority of my life, and I still will do that. I will walk away, um, and I don't like confrontation. I don't, but there is times when I will speak up, but I've got to feel it in my spirit. Other than that, it's best for my spirit to walk away. You just spoke up about not knowing who my dad is at 50 and only finding out now my sister and brother had blocked me. Ah, called me selfish. Yeah. Um, so, yeah, you just stop sitting for them. Yeah, when you're young, people do take advantage of you. Of course, I wasn't doing anything, but still, it was hard for me to stay up late. Um, so let me put this to me again, you all. Let's put it back to me. So, have you been noticing? Let me see what this is about again. Have you experienced this lately? That Gina, honey, get back over here. That people may not be who you want them to be all the time. They may not. And they've got a side of them that you don't like seeing that comes out of them, and it makes you uncomfortable. And you love this person. You really do. You think the world of this person, and you want to save your relationship. You don't want to let one little bitty blip, one little bitty instant ruin your relationship. Because most of the times, that's all it is. But it does trigger something within you, especially if it comes up periodically over and over. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes it's best to overlook it. You can speak up and then say whatever and say, it really bothers me, but I just wanted you to know. I really did. And I didn't want to speak up because I didn't know how you would react. You can take that approach. I wanted to speak up. And because if you say that and I didn't know what you would think, how you would react, because I don't want to lose this friendship that I have with you, you'd be surprised to hear the other person say, I never knew you. I never knew that. Why didn't you say something? Of course I wouldn't have behaved that way, or of course I wouldn't have responded that way. Sometimes, in most instances, you all, that happens too. Okay, it may become very rare as the days go by, but that does happen to you all. It does. I'm trying to get myself back on here. When we do break off communication, yeah, sometimes people burn bridges and they regret it. They burn bridges and they regret it. All it takes is like one little thing, and it may not be something that's occurring over and over. One little thing, and then boom, that's all she wrote. They wipe off years and years of relationship that they had. Throw it down the drain. Okay, you might want to be careful about doing that, unless you've had more bad experiences than not. Okay. Yeah. Karen Lee, when they argue, you leave it until they approach you. That's true. I won't argue with somebody. I won't. You feel like you're being gang stalked, the A Matrix. I've never watched the Truman Show, and I never really heard of it until I joined in on this journey. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's best for you to, uh, Donna, honey, children they do change at times, and it is disappointing. It's sad. It doesn't mean that they don't still love you. It really doesn't mean that they don't still love you. It doesn't. Um, yeah, and it's like your friends too. It doesn't mean that they don't think that much of you. Okay. Yeah. Um, um, oh my goodness gracious, you all. So, yeah. Well, there is a lot of things going on in the world. There is. And it's okay. It's all right, you all. We live in this world. We're having a human experience, and we have relationships with people, and all kinds of relationships. We really do. Some are disappointing, some are encouraging, some are uplifting, some are destructive. There's all kinds of relationships we have with people and friendships. Some friendships are worth saving, okay? Especially the ones that you've had all your life, and 90% of them are good, and something comes and then somebody wants to break it off. No, sometimes it's best to sit down and work out your differences. It is. You don't want to throw that away. You don't. Especially over one little argument, okay? One little disagreement. You don't want to throw it away, especially if somebody's asking you, please don't do this, and you said, no, I can't. I know it's hard, and there's different situations for things like that. It is. Hello. Ruthie, I think that relationships are struggling for lots of people because there's a lot of energy, a lot of things that are going on in the world right now, and it's throwing people's into confusion. Now, really, I was thinking about this too. I was thinking about if we are to think about relationships, I was thinking about, would you enter a relationship where you find yourself confused continuously? Okay? Continuously. It's like it's going back and forth and back and forth, and you don't know whether that relationship is up or down. You don't know if that person is up or down or is who they say they are, because they're saying so many confusing things. It's like if you watch a news story or if you read something or something like that, it's leaving you in a state of confusion, and it's going on and on and on and on and on. Okay, would you want to be in a relationship like that? Would you want to invest your time in a relationship where you are left guessing and you are left in a state of confusion? You don't know where that relationship is going. Would you want to? I would not want to, because if there's anything like that in my life, if I'm connected physically with somebody like that, or if I'm reading something and or I'm seeing something or listening to something and it's leaving me in a constant state of confusion, like I'm going up and down this merry-go-round, if that's what it does, go up and down on a roller coaster. If I've got relationships like that and they're leaving me in a state of confusion, I'm going to end it, okay? Because I can't handle it. Because if you've got relationships like that, you're going to be unbalanced. You're not going to have no peace, and it's going to suck the life out of you, okay? It's going to suck the life out of you. And then, and if you're always having to guess, even when you hear something or see something and it's continually leaving you in a state of confusion, let me tell you this. They say, there's a saying that God is not the author of confusion. And love is not going to leave you confused, okay? It's not going to leave you confused. If it's a peaceful relationship, you're not going to be in a constant state of confusion. If what you're hearing is peaceful or loving or truthful, you're not going to find yourself in a constant state of up and down and confusion over what you're hearing. Okay, you're not. And if you find yourself in something like that, and if it's possible, you might want to get rid of some of that stress to clear the air so you're not so confused, because it's going to be hard to even think straight in your regular life. Okay, it is, to do the things you need to do, and to connect with the people you need to connect with. Okay, you really, that's something to be careful with. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but if there is something that's causing you a constant state of confusion, you're hearing one thing and you're seeing the exact opposite, and you're getting so confused, get rid of it. Okay, I'm not telling you what to do, but I would just get rid of it. I think I'm not listening to it no more. I'm not putting up with it anymore, because this is nothing but a state of confusion and I can't even think straight. Okay, that's what I would do. Something like that. But our world is changing, you all. It really is. It's changing constantly. Yeah, you all hit that like button. That's right. Oh, that's so nice of you, Deborah Lyra. Yeah, we've got a good group of people here. We do. We got lots of family on here, and it doesn't matter where you're at in the world. See, that's the good thing, is it's a spiritual connection. And that's right. That's right. If you get confused, take it as a lesson. Don't live in a state of confusion. Please don't do that. Yeah, get away from negativity. Yeah, you can scream. Some people scream in their mind when they're some people scream in their mind when they're frustrated, because it makes them feel better. Okay, it does. And I'm saying, well, if that works for you, I don't know how you'd be able to do it, but that's okay. That if you can do it, that's fine. It really is. And Adata, we do live in a chaotic time, the dark night of the soul. We are now all quite confronted with ourselves and how we deal with it. That is so, so true. Um, it is. Your mind gets loud. Yeah. Hello there, Naruka. Um, so y'all, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, Christina Turner, honey, that is not nice at all. Okay, that's not nice. Yeah, you might be seeing a lot of out of the ordinary things happening from some people. You might. Um, you might. Yeah, if you are prepping, I would start on the inside of here. Prepare your spirit, prepare your soul, and get to know yourself on the inside of here. That's what I would encourage you to do first and foremost. Know who you are and what you stand for and what you don't stand for. Know who you are on the inside of here. Know who your friends are. Okay. That's the first and foremost. Strengthen yourself in here. And then do whatever else you physically can do to prepare in the way that you want to prepare, because people prepare. People prepare in many different types of ways. Some people leave the spiritual side on the inside of them out of the equation, because they're not really that spiritual. They totally go in survival mode. It's them, or if it comes down to it, either them or you, they're going to go into absolute survival mode. You all, they will, and the spiritual thing is out the door. That's how some people are, because to them the spiritual side takes second. It's well, actually, it's on the back burner for some people, but for people like me, I'm going to put it on the front burner, because if I'm not who I need to be on the inside, it's not going to do me no good. I'm not going to be a frame of mind to even um, deal with all the other stuff or prepare for all the other stuff. I won't be. That's just me, you all. But some people, yeah, they're going to go all survival mode. They are. Um, they're survivalist. Okay, they are to the core. Okay, they know how it is. They know how to survive. Okay, and that's fine. People from all walks of life. It's fine, you all. So yeah, I think I will gonna go. I'm gonna go, you all. I just wanted to get on here. It entered my mind, and that's right. That's right. Um, yeah, a lot of people are, behaving in different types of ways. They are, and it does seem out of the ordinary. But we live in very different times too. That happens in. Yes. Um, that's right, you all. Well, thank you all so much for coming on here. Um, So thank you, Apple Brooks. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you all tonight. I want to read some more of Enoch. It might be an hour since it's 106 chapters, and we only got to chapter 36 last night. Um, so if we add another 36 chapters, that'll put us up there around 60. It might be two more videos, but I do want to finish reading the book of Enoch because it's very, very interesting about what all is written. It really is. So thank you all so very much. Let me put this back over here and have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you.